Anyways, long time no chat. I don't know if you watched Super Bowl this weekend. That was a little bit of a boring game. Congratulations that the Eagles won. Too bad the Chiefs didn't at least give them a little bit more of a challenge. But anyway, so on and so forth. Totally not even what I normally talk about. So this weekend I was talking with one of my friends and I was thinking about how interesting it is in the political situation. And I was thinking about, I can see my view of things one way. And then I also work really hard to try to see the other point of view. And yet, even though I do my best at that, there's still certain areas that I'm not very good at it. And I remember, like, when we were talking, like me and my friends, I was just like, I am just blown away that other people can't see or hear or understand what I see, hear, and understand. And I have no doubt that my very friends who are maybe on the other side of the political spectrum feel exactly the same way about me, right? Like they cannot understand how I can't hear what they hear, how I am not able to see what they see, and those types of things. So then I was thinking about that because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, most of the stuff that I can't really speak for you, that I have opinions about probably don't matter. Even though, I see a direction that I would like life to go. And my friends who are on the other side also see a direction that they would like to go. And it seems like we are still having a lot of turmoil, like it's difficult because there's a lot of upset and we're still having a lot of divisiveness. After all, divisiveness is really what sells. It sells so incredibly well. So I was thinking about, well, how do I even come to terms with this? How can I begin to see this in more of an empowered state? And I guess that in some ways it feels like, right? Like I'm making this assumption, I'm making this story absolutely not true. It feels like the other side is being delusioned or falling for fraud or getting rug pulled. And then I'm like, but what if the same is happening to me? And, like I think that it's them, but what if it's actually me? So, one of the things I wanted to bring up or just recommend or suggest, if you would like more peace and ease and flow with the current environment, is to consider that you might be the one that is completely in the wrong, so to speak, if there is a wrong. And that, maybe you're the one that's being duped. And how wonderful it is if we are being duped. Like, I'll never forget when I was a young girl, I went to camp and I was maybe only 12 or something. I was trying to stay for a thing called teen camp. And anyways, so there was some conflict with one of the gals in the group. I don't know. She just wanted to like pull the wool over my eyes. And so she told me a lie. And then I went and confronted the person who the lie was about. And then that person got really upset. And then it seemed like that person was angry at me at the time. Although now I realize that that person wasn't angry at me at all. They were just angry about the situation. And suddenly I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. And I ended up leaving like midway through that week of camp. Now, the benefits of that is, I got to test it out. I didn't have to stay the whole time. I got to learn the value of being duped or falling for a story that's not true. And, over time, there's been lots of stories that I've fallen for that aren't true. Maybe they, were in dating relationships and relationships that I've had, or with people, or with family members, and or with employees. I remember that I used to get duped a lot with employees. And then I finally learned how to adjust how I interviewed people. And then, I realized that it was only my faulty thing. And so one of the things that I'm able to see is I can see people's potential And at the end of the day, it's about what they're actually doing as compared to the potential that I can see in them. And so sometimes we want to imagine where they might be or who they might be if they were in their infinite potential. And we want to accept people exactly where they are. So all of these wonderful things can come out of being duped. And then we want to, or I want to consider that maybe I'm not seeing something, or maybe I'm not understanding something, and maybe I care, or maybe I don't care to get to the bottom of it. It's just the one side clearly has, like, both sides clearly have like their reasons for thinking things, whether or not they're real or imagined or being duped. And so maybe as we come more along, then we'll be able to develop more tolerance for each other. So I know that we're still in a very divisive time, although for you and I, it's up to us to begin considering to see the other side and realizing the benefits of the other side, the benefits or the drawbacks of the other side, and what they might be thinking, and really be open and curious. And the more that we can be open and curious to understanding where they're coming from, then the easier it will be. Then they'll be more willing to be open and curious where we're coming from. And at the end of the day, most of the stuff that people are angry or upset about don't actually have anything to do with our interaction day to day. Because whenever you're with the people that you really care about, those things just really fall away, because at the end of the day, we're just real people. We're people that care about the goals that we're creating. We're caring about the life experiences that we have. And for those of you that know me, you know that, I'm caring about creating more peace, ease, and flow in my life. Not that I avoid conflict, just when I'm doing conflict, I'm doing it in a way that creates peace, ease, and flow for me. So, anyways, I'm just tossing those thoughts out today as I practice my live to figure out what's going on with my streams, because some things are working, some things aren't, some things I love, some things I'm still not sure about. So, anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. Would love to hear your comments. What have you been able to do, or what have you been able to shift and change so that if people have a different political opinion than you do, how have you been able to embrace them, accept them, and be a complete peace, ease, and flow about their thoughts or what it is that they want to see happen in the world? So, anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.